was Edward's weapon and it was used by him. So that means that ain't clearing nothing up. I said Michael could have had access, Willow could have had access or whatever. And I said, so did Willow do it, y'all? Or is this new lady? But how would she have access to the house? I mean, they guards, they ain't work for darn. They guards don't do their job. But I was like, okay, now, I'm confused now. I think they said this week, not this week, this fall, Michael gets the upper hand. It kind of look like they trying to frame him, y'all. It definitely does. But how would Drew know that? I was like, Drew and Willow set this up, y'all. Drew and Willow in it together. They in it together at this point. But yeah, I still didn't see. Y'all remember when I was saying how they showed the preview of Drew? He was talking to somebody saying that he knows that they the one who shot him. They didn't show it, did they? Did they ever say or show who he was talking to? I'm saying Willow did it. If not Willow, maybe the new lady. I don't know. I don't think Michael did it. I definitely don't think he'd be wrong. We'll see. But yeah, on today's new episode of General Hospital, let me know y'all thoughts. What did y'all think? So we're gonna dive into it because I didn't write down the summary this time, y'all. I was just too into it. I'm ready to see this Ronnie lady versus Tracy. I feel like it's gonna be good. But yeah, on today's episode, I think the highlights was that Anna found out that the weapon that was used was Edward's weapon. So it means that all the quartermains are suspect, including Willow. Including Willow, she got to be a suspect because she had access. She definitely had access. I'm just hoping that Michael doesn't get arrested and go back to jail for it. I don't think that he did it. Now, I don't know until they actually show it because they ain't showed nothing yet. And it's going to be October. But yeah, so who we gonna start with first? Tracy and Veronica, aka Ronnie. So Tracy was just questioning her, asking her what she was doing there. She ends up introducing herself as Veronica, Monica's little sister or whatever, and she was like, you could call her Ronnie or something like that. So she over here giving her life story to Tracy, and I'm like, Tracy, do not care, sweetheart. You over here, she done told about how they got separated, they went into foster care and everything, and it wasn't by choice that they didn't get to know each other. It was about, basically their lives went in a different direction after foster care. And Tracy started clapping. I said, I told you she ain't care. So she do not care. But the thing that got me is before she left out, she told Tracy that something tells her that she's not, entitled to half of the stuff or any other stuff that she thinks she's entitled to. And I was like, do y'all think that Monica really was writing her? Y'all know Martin did find that letter under the thing. If I'm not mistaken, didn't it say something about Dear Monica? And why would it be there? Did one of the kids have it or something? Or was this all a setup? What's this all a setup? Because I've been seeing people say they think Drew contacted her and had her come there. Like, is she actually Monica's sister, or is they just making it seem like that? I was like, and what's she gonna do once, everything's given to her? Because they showed a preview this morning, a promo or whatever, and everybody's sitting there, including her, if I'm not mistaken, she was sitting down too on their couch. And they was reading the will, and Tracy and them looked all shocked or whatever. So I was like, now. I said, Tracy should have been the one to get it. Especially with the back and forth and stuff, but I don't know. How do y'all feel about it? But yeah, she was just confronting her, asking her what she doing there. She was like, she known Monica a long time. She never mentioned her. She said something about, then Tracy said she had her investigated. She had Monica investigated before she married her brother. And she was just asking her, basically saying it's a fine time for you to show up now that your sister's dead or whatever. She's like, she just wanted to pay her respects. She wants to get to know Jason and Michael and the grandkids and everything. And Tracy basically told her, you're not going to replace Monica. You're not getting to know her family and stuff. And she tried to make it seem like Monica was just bashing Tracy behind her back and stuff. I said, no, now they don't finally put their differences to the side. Well, one of them gone. One of them has been written off the show, and she passed away in real life, obviously. I was like, don't try to come bad, everything. Now you want to come over. I'm interested to see how everything plays out. We had the whole scene was about her confronting her. She not going nowhere no time soon, y'all. Now I don't know if she there legitimately or somebody brought her there. Maybe Martin, because Martin was saying, remember the other day, Friday, that Tracy was gonna get what was coming to her. Lady was claiming that they had been writing letters for years and all this other stuff. And she decided to show up. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but we'll see. Spinelli, Felicia James, Spinelli and Felicia, excuse me, Spinelli and Felicia was about whether or not to tell James the truth. Felicia felt like he had the right to know that his daddy was alive. He was like, Macy should be making that decision. And she was like, but she can't. So, they had to do it. So they ended up telling him and explaining things. At first he was like, he don't believe it. But by the end of the episode, he showed up and he introduced to Nathan. But is that Nathan? Like, they already had the fingerprints, DNA and everything. Looking all suspicious and stuff. I think from the looks of it, she knew, obviously, that he was alive. Maybe that's why she was working with these folks. I don't know. But it was obvious. She told her, she looked all shocked. Then when she went in there, she ain't try to hug him or nothing. She was trying to leave, and Oberg was like, "You not gonna come hug him?" I was like, "Cause she knows something. She knows something." But yeah, that leads me to Nina, Oberg, Britt. Nina was telling Oberg and Britt that lie. Oberg seemed like she was in disbelief until she got to the hospital room, and she went in there, she hugged them, and mom, and all this stuff. They was just talking, and they asked him where he been. Well, Oberg asked him where he been. He was like, he don't know, he don't remember anything. That the last thing he was getting shot. So then, like I said, Britt told myself maybe he need to get some rest and stuff like that. Tried to leave out, and Oprah was like, "So you're not gonna come over here and hug him?" So she went hug him, but it wasn't like no hug. It ain't no hug you give your sibling or a family member when you find out that they actually whatever. You could tell something's off. Like she know more than what she said. She probably trying to figure out how he got to town. Who put him in that doggone truck? Who put him in the truck? He's the last thing he remember is getting in the truck. Who put him in the truck? Is that really him? Is that a duck going on here? Yeah, Willow ends up telling Nathan that she his niece, and he's like, he was happy to have a niece and a son. He was talking about, seeing James. He wanted to see James. Um, let's see. Oh, and Brace will be asking if they think it's a good idea to let James see Nathan or whatever. And I was like, why she don't want, like, what's going on? Is it more to the story or what? And when does Macy come back? Anna ends up receiving the phone. She found out and she told Turner. How they found that out, but they ain't found also the fingerprints on the back. I was like, where is they going with this doggone storyline? But yeah, found out that the weapon used. How? Who got the weapon? It had to been a Quartermain, or did Drew and Willow set this in motion? Did they set this whole thing in motion so that they could frame Michael? She already said at first she was acting like she felt some type of way for something he didn't do. She was mentioning how he need to try to find who actually did it. So how did she do it? Remember she was sneaking in the other day? Well, it's been some weeks now, but yeah, y'all remember when she was sneaking in? I was like, well, now why she sneaking back in? I was like, she had to go secretly. Anna and Turner, hold on, weapon, a search warrant, a weapon. Anna and Turner trying to secretly get a search warrant so that they can come there and try to find the weapon. I said they're gonna find that. I was like, now why would he go take that weapon and bring it back? That don't make sense. That don't make sense. And Carter's supposed to try to do your job instead of trying to frame people, or not frame people, but make it seem like somebody else had done it. I said exactly. Why would they take it back? That don't even make no sense. It had to be somebody who was doing it at the spur of the moment. Cause why would they take the weapon back to the spot? Especially with Michael and them being connected to Jason, and they be over here getting rid of stuff. I was like, why would they take it back there? That don't make sense. What else? Let's see. Rick and Abel. She gave him a sleeping pill. She told him to take the pill. So she was going on and on about this is her own fault because he got greedy. And he was like, so did you. In 10 days, once the money is transferred. So after she left, he spit that doggone pill out and put it under his bed, under his mattress. And I'm assuming he got a plenty more. Well, that came from, I knew he was going to escape. I thought it was going to be Christina that let him escape, though. So he upstairs. He's supposed to put the lid to Alexa's neck, but I doubt he do anything with it. And Alexa was just talking to Ava, saying how, her and Christina need to put their differences to the side. And Ava was saying, what make you think that Rick is going to be willing to do the same? Exactly. Then they showed him right there behind her. And I was like, she ain't the one you need to be. Well, she did keep him captive, though. I was like, you need to get Ava. She hit you in the head. I was going to be highly upset. Molly going to be highly upset. But yeah, who else? Christina, because Jacinda. So Christina and Molly stopped by the show to offer their condolences to Michael. He ends up introducing them to Jacinda, and they already know what's what. Christina over here acting like she don't know what's what. And Molly was like, I know for a fact that he set all this up so that they could see that Jacinda, because he was trying to lock in his alibi. He ends up telling Jacinda that. But it's not enough because they trying to frame him. And after they left, Christina and Molly was just, and Molly's sure that he set all that up, and he definitely did. I already said Obert reunited. Was acting. Alexis and Ava was just talking about Christina and Rick, and in 10 days everything go back to normal. Nina tried to talk to Willow and convince her to call a truce. Are you over here trying to play house with Drew again? And he the main one manipulated you. He the main one. So I was like, yeah, they had to set all this in motion together. Something had to happen. If they didn't set it in motion together, then more than likely after the fact, the stuff we didn't see that they showed behind the scenes, they about it. He either said, I know that you did it. I know about Sasha and all this other stuff. Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to piece together everything because this don't make sense that they use Edward weapon like that. I was like, take it back to the house. I was like, she had to been sneaking in to place the weapon. She had to been sneaking in. I'm thinking it was Willow, y'all. She at the top of my list. She at the top of my list, but we'll see. But did I cover everything? Let's see. Tracy asked Veronica why she popping up now. Spinella Fisher talked about James. Ronnie wants to see her family. Turner and Anna talk about who could have access to the weapon, all the Quartermains. Nina wanted to call a truce, but Willow said no. She was like, you need an alibi more than I do. And she reminded her more of a reason too, because your kids got taken. And Willow made a face, and I was like, exactly. But yeah, the last thing that they showed, if I'm not mistaken, was Rick. Rick had got out, and he finna get Alexis. But that's it, y'all. That's all. Y'all thoughts down below. Stay tuned for the next review. Until next time, this is Tiger. Rest of the day and be safe.